If you are anything like me and the only thing you want to debate is which lure to throw, then you have a home here. Welcome to the Go Show. Well, hey everybody, how you doing? Thanks for playing along with us. I appreciate it. I'm going to talk about some kayak fishing today, and we have a very special guest that is just going to blow your mind. It's going to be absolutely amazing. Let's get after it. You see what I did there? Yeah. No, we don't do politics here. We get to headlines. Sometimes we'll talk about some things that are going on legislatively. But let me tell you something. No, we're not debating anything but lure selection and the proper way to rig up a kayak. That's it. We talk about all things outdoors in this beautiful outdoor playground of a state that we live in. Thank you so much for being with us. This is The Go Show. I'm your host, Mike Russell. You can find us on social media, facebook.com/The Go Show with Mike Russell. Right now, we have the video rolling of our first segment, as we always do. Thanks for playing along. We appreciate it. And on Instagram, at The Go Show with Mike Russell. Intern Sarah by my side as usual, and thank you, darling, for being here. And I can call her darling. It's okay. She's my niece. Anyway, let's get out of that. Let's just wash all that political garbage from this week off, and let's get out and have some fun. Last week I had a great time out at the Lower Gear Kayak Fishing Series. I had a great time at the tournament. I think this is their only night tournament. I am so late to registration all the time, and I'm usually late to the actual tournament itself anyway. And I think this is their only night one. So this was a night tournament. It's out of Bartlett. Kicked off at 6 o'clock, ended at midnight, and there were 60-plus kayak anglers. I think when I showed up late, I was number 61, and there were a few more behind me that were coming in. So, yeah, this is no joke. What started out as, hey, we got 7 or 10 boats out there, and yes, we call kayaks boats. We got 7 or 10 boats out there. It has become, oh my goodness, there's a line getting out. And that is awesome. Dallas Shoemaker's doing so much for the kayak, basically the kayak angling society and community here in Arizona, and we're appreciative of that. Understand this. They're free. I mean, gratis. If you want to, you can get into the big fish, small fish deal, no problem. I think it's $5 for big fish, $1 for small fish. So $6 get you in the door, and that's optional. Other than that, it's free. And there's cash payouts for the winners. I didn't win. Yes, your humble host did not win. And the reason why I go out there with very proper expectations. I was asked by 3 different people on the way out, are you going to win this thing? I said no. I'm not out there to win. I'm a competitive guy. I'm a very competitive guy. But I go out there to learn what I'm doing. I'm learning a new skill. I am not a freshwater kayak angler. I think if I've gone out with the Sea Samurai, enough out of La Jolla, that I think I could do well on my own out there. Maybe. I have a lot of learning to do with that too. Freshwater lakes is something I'm still learning, especially night fishing. If you said before I got into the kayak angling world, if you said night fishing to me, that meant catfish. That meant going out catfishing. Intern Sarah's been out there with me a bunch of times. Catfishing. Just get a campfire together, just throw a line out, and just wait for something to happen. Not a lot of skill there. Throw a chicken liver, let it sink to the bottom, and wait. So that was my experience in night fishing. So I knew going into this tournament, I was just going out there to have some fun, learn, fumble around a couple of times, and trust me, I did. Caught some fish. By the way, I don't even know if it's irony. I don't even think it's irony. Catfish. So yeah, I'm still good at doing that, even from a kayak apparently. And I was learning night fishing. It seemed like they just flipped a switch and turned the lights out. I mean, there's some stars, no moonlight. It was not spooky, but interesting. It just a different vibe, a different feel, and I'll have to tell you, a lot more relaxing feel. It was cool. There was a nice breeze off the water. I was feeling good. Bug spray, yeah, bug spray, but just enjoying it, and just throwing different lures and just seeing what's around and bouncing on the bottom, staying up top. Just trying to figure different things out. And the great part about this is I learned a lot. And primarily, I was solidified in my belief that fun is hard work. Because let me tell you something. You're done with this tournament. And you've been fishing for 5 or 6 hours, and now you've got to get all your stuff back to the truck. You're dealing with a boat ramp. You're dealing with other anglers coming in, and you've got to load all your gear back up. And understand this: you're getting home at about 1:30 in the morning, and so you can't just leave your gear out. Now begins the ninja mission of not waking up the family or the dogs and trying to get everything loaded back up and put away, so it's not just sitting out in the driveway. So yeah, fun is hard work, but worth it. Because when I think about the tournament, I don't think about that stuff. I don't think about loading up. I don't think about unloading and offloading in the middle of the night. I don't think about that. I think about what I learned on the water and how much fun I had on the water. It was great. It really was. And I'll tell you that I do have, and I preached for 6 years, an outdoor radio program. I have preached, have a bin for everything. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. Those black and yellow bins are magical. And I have a kayak fishing bin. The only thing that doesn't fit in the kayak fishing bin is my Hobie seat and the Mirage drives. Those are the only things that don't fit in there. So I have everything in there. I went out and got a couple of new baits from Sportsman's Warehouse, and I threw them in the truck, and then I threw my bin in the truck, and then I took my bin out, put everything in the kayak, and then launched the boat. When it got dark and I was pretty far away from the launch ramp, I realized, the knucklehead host that I am, I left the baits that I bought in the truck, and I left my headlamp in the truck too. Night fishing without a headlamp. Yes. Yeah, see, I'll admit it. I'll admit that I'm a knucklehead. That's fine. I am. I forget things, and it just is what it is. It just wasn't in the bin. I just didn't put it in the bin. That was my fault because everything's in the bin, and I was good. And we're going to get to rigging a kayak here just in a few minutes, but I thought I had all my gear, and I didn't. Wow. Yeah, the headlamp especially. That was bad. Because the big problem, I had snacks. Ooh, snacks for days. I had some good snacks too, right? Drinks, everything out there. I was in good shape. Had the new Canyon cooler on the back of the kayak. Oh, it's magical. That was the first time I had a cooler on the back of the kayak. That was great. Everything's nice and cold, and it's great. So even in 100-degree temps. So I had the where was I going with that, Sarah? For the love of all things, yeah, the headlamps. Oh, so the sun started setting. The sun started setting, and I was like, wait a tick. So I started looking around for my headlamps. Couldn't find them. And oh no. So now I know that I have 4 poles with me. I need to rig them up for just dark. So I need to rig them up fast because I'm not going to be able to see much afterwards. Yeah, and I did. I got them rigged up fast. And I've got new readers because I'm 44 years old, and apparently I'm getting old. My eyes are going. So I didn't even have those. Didn't have glasses. I was working the knots like a champion. Whew. That was all muscle memory. But it was a fun time. It really was. And I posted some pictures. You can find them on social media. And there's so many people out there, so many cool rigs. And it's just a nice community. And yeah, Brian Sefchi, you commented on a post that I sent out there. Yeah, man, I missed you because you were already out on the water. I was late, and then I came in a bit early because I was gassed. And I think a key thing to remember. Even if it's in a tournament and it's 6 hours, at 4.5, 5 hours, if you're done, be done. There's no reason to stay out there and not have fun. If you're tired, if you're thinking, wow, I get a pretty good jump on getting the gear back in the truck, and do it. It's okay. No problem. You got a couple of fish on your card? Great. Go. Like I said, I went out there with the expectation to learn and enjoy myself and reset, recharge, have some fun, and just fish. Yeah. It was weird as I was leaving, the kids were going, well, I would have gone with you. I took Nuge out to 2 of these events, and he was done. He was gassed after like an hour and a half. Oh, I would have gone with you. Sure. Yeah. Mm-hmm. We got a lot of fun coming up. I'm going to talk about rigging the kayaks because, trust me, 60 boats, you see a lot of cool stuff. Stuff that maybe I want, maybe I don't. Maybe you would want, maybe you wouldn't. And now that the weather's here, Let me tell you something. It's time to flip the clocks. We're going to talk about that a little bit as well. In summertime is definitely the time to get the kiddos out in any way you can, and I've got some great tips and tricks for you. Hey, we really appreciate you being here. We got a fun show. Second hour is going to be absolutely bananas. It will blow your mind. I'm not kidding. It's something really special. Very special guest coming in. So stay tight. Stay tight, and I don't know. How do we want to end this segment? Let's say, stay right there. This is The Go Show. I'm your host, Mike Russell. We appreciate you being here. We'll be right back.